Okay, if you love rich, cozy desserts, this date cake is exactly what you need. It's soft, moist, and packed with sweet dates, and each slice gets topped with a warm, buttery butterscotch sauce that just takes this already delicious cake to the next level. So to start off, you want to preheat your oven to 180°C or 350°F conventional, and grease the bottom and sides of an 8-inch cake pan. Today, I'm just using my homemade cake release to grease my tin, and then I also like to line the bottom of the pan for this recipe with some parchment paper, just to make sure that the cake comes out in one piece. Set your cake tin aside for now, and next we're going to soften our dates. So in a large bowl, add in 160 grams or 1 cup of pitted dates, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 180 grams or 3/4 cup of boiling water. You want to give that a good stir so that the dates are covered in the hot water, and just allow this to sit for 10 minutes. Now while these dates are soaking, we're going to sift together our dry ingredients. So I've got 120 grams or 1 cup of plain all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Give that a good mix with a whisk until it's well combined, and set it aside for now. Now once 10 minutes have passed, we're going to return to our date mixture, and using a fork, roughly mash up the dates. It doesn't have to be completely mashed because you do want to have some larger pieces of dates still in the mixture, so once it looks something like this, then it's ready. Now to the date mixture, you want to add in 66 grams or 1/3 cup of soft light brown sugar, 75 grams or 1/3 cup of melted unsalted butter, 1 large room temperature egg, and 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And then using a whisk, give that a good mix until it's well combined. Now next you want to add the pre-sifted dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, and then using a spatula gently fold until just combined and the batter is uniform. You don't want to overmix. It's okay if the batter is slightly lumpy as long as there aren't large pockets of unmixed flour. Now to finish off, you want to add in 50 grams or half a cup of roughly chopped walnuts, and again fold that in until just combined. You don't want to overmix, otherwise you're going to end up with a dense date cake. So that is our batter all done, and now you just want to pour this into our prepared cake pan from earlier. Now once all the batter is in, just level out the top and then drop the cake pan lightly on the counter once to remove any large air bubbles. And now this is going to go into our preheated oven for 33 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean or with a few moist crumbs on it. So my date cake is all done now. It honestly smells so good. You want to let it cool in the cake tin for about 20 minutes just to give it a little bit of time to firm up before running a thin knife along the edges to release the cake from the cake tin and carefully turning it out onto a wire rack to cool. Now because this cake does have a slight dome, I like to let it cool right side up instead of upside down, just so that it doesn't break. Now this cake is incredible just as is, but if you want to take it to the next level, then you can make a delicious and easy butterscotch sauce to go on the top, which we're going to be doing next. So place a small saucepan over a medium heat and add in 113 grams or half a cup of room temperature unsalted butter, 150 grams or 3/4 cup of soft light brown sugar, 290 grams or 1 1/4 cups of heavy cream, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Give that a good stir and then bring it to a boil, and then you want to let it boil for about 5 minutes, stirring frequently. Now once it's done, it should be slightly thickened, and then you just want to transfer it to a heat-proof bowl, and it will continue to thicken up as it cools. Now once your cake has come to room temperature, it is ready to slice and serve. So I'm just going to transfer my cake to a cake stand and then just cut a slice, and then you can go ahead and drizzle as much or as little of the butterscotch sauce on top as you like. This date cake is so soft and moist, it's packed with date flavor, and that butterscotch sauce just adds an extra bit of sweetness and decadence. The cake is so incredibly soft and moist, and it's packed with so much flavor. It's just got like the most kind of warm, cozy feel to it. And that simple butterscotch sauce just honestly takes this date cake to another level. I would highly recommend making it if you have the time. So that is it for today, guys. If you do decide to give this date cake a go, then please do leave a review on my blog. It really helps my content out, and I absolutely love hearing from you guys. I'll see you in the next video.